There are many stud breeders out there that talk about carcass, fertility and wool, but just how important is it to get the combination of breeding right in these?
Oh, I think it's very important. I still think there's a lot of breeders that are breeding the wool first and not bringing the animal along with it. We're really big on making sure we build the animal that grows the wool and doing that first and not losing sight of the animal underneath all the wool. And to me, it's really got to be in that order. And so to do that, we were hammer and tongs down the carcass path, the fat and muscle path, to build in wonderful levels of condition score, selecting into that mix high reproduction, and we can select directly for that. There's now some far more accurate breeding values that will give breeders the chance to select for reproduction directly through weaning rate and its component traits if they need it.
You've seen a response from this from a data point of view.
The graphs keep going up and we can see that very clearly on a page. What we're also seeing in the paddock is that sheep maintain their condition score when under pressure. They maintain their condition score through lambing, through a cold winter, through a dry summer, through a period of challenge in whatever form it may come. And we're seeing it here, we're seeing it in clients' places. One of the first stories we get is when people put the rams out to join for the first time and bring them back in. They say, well, the rams are still fat, I hope they've worked. And I just reassure them that it'll be right. That's what sheep with high levels of fat and muscle do. They maintain their condition. Their first joining for new clients is where we see that first.
There are a lot of seedstock producers out there that are making all sorts of claims about data, but what are you seeing?
No, it's easy to make claims, Ben, but that's the beauty of data. Data tells the real story. And so with the traits we select for, and that's a very extensive list of traits, we're leading the industry in most of them. So the growth, fat, muscle are probably our real claims to fame. The ethical traits of wrinkle, cover and dag, particularly breech wrinkle, we're well out in front. Worm resistance has become a focus in the last few years, particularly on the back of these last few wet years. We're right up in the pointy end of the industry for that trait as well. Staple length, fibre CV, there's a whole list of traits that all come under the umbrella of our selection mix, that through selection we've been able to drive to very high levels. And so we put all those traits together in the one animal and we have what we're now calling the modern merino. That is the mumblebone animal, an animal that thrives under all sorts of conditions and has a high fleece value with it. We're very clear on the direction we want to breed our sheep and we're very clear on why we want to do it here, but when other people pick up on that breeding direction and take it back to their districts in all states of the country and have wonderful success on introducing the decisions from our breeding program in their place, kicking big goals on their place, that's just so satisfying.